Good morning. Today I'm going to walk you through how to create the final pen assembly. First thing I'm going to do is first make sure, notice that I'm inside the project folder Activity 226, and I'm going to save this untitled. So I'm going to click on Save, and I'm going to call it Final Pen Assembly. Now I'm going to insert the final pen barrel sub-assembly that has everything inside it. So I'll right click and insert into current design. Then click OK. Now, just so we can see, I'll click on front. You can see I've got my ink cartridge separator. Back to the house. If I hide the pen barrel, just make it so you can't see it. You can see I also have the springs in there. So the sub-assembly is already complete. So let me bring it back together. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and insert the carabiner top. So I'm going to right click and insert into current design. There it is. Now it's kind of in the way. So I'm going to click on up to move it up, and I'm going to kind of move it sideways as well so that it's kind of out of the way. I'll click OK. Now I'm going to choose joint. Now I'm going to choose the spin around to the bottom so I can see the underneath. I'll click on zoom. So I'm going to click the inside center of my top, and then now I'm going to go ahead and spin around so that I can, let me zoom out, so that I can see the end right here. So I'm going to place the top right on the end. Okay, that looks good. Now you'll notice I'm going to click on the bottom so I can see it from the side. You'll notice that these parts are kind of interfering with each other. Let me try the Z-axis. I'm going to try to see if I can move the part a little bit farther away. Let me try with 1 inch. Looks like it went the right direction. Let me go ahead and click on zoom window. Okay, so 1 inch is too much, so I'm going to go ahead and make it a little bit closer. I'll just keep playing with the numbers. 0.5, 0.4, 3. I'm going to keep going so that, and let me zoom in so I can see closer. Okay, so it's going to be close to 0.2, 0.1, oops, maybe 0.15, 0.165, zoom in a little bit more, 0.165, maybe 0.163, a little bit of space, 0.162. It looks like the cap's screwed on almost completely. That looks good, 0.162. I'm going to click OK. Now you notice that part of the carabiner pen up here isn't right in the right spot, but when I click OK, then it will go ahead and move there. Okay, so now I click on the house, and now notice, see, that piece is done. Now the last thing I'm going to do is insert the barrel bottom with the pen grip that I made. So I'm going to right click on the barrel bottom with the pen grip. If you didn't make the pen grip, make sure you go ahead and do that. I'm going to right click and I'm going to insert into the current design. There, okay, there we go. That looks good. Now I'm just going to move it out of the way a little bit. Okay, so we'll click OK. Now I'm going to click on joint, and I'm going to click on the outside there. And now I'm going to spin around to the other side. Click on zoom. Click on the inside circle there. Now notice, let's see, does that look good? Notice if I click OK, okay, there we go. But you'll notice it's sticking out a little bit too much. So I'm going to right click on that last joint, and I'm going to choose edit joint. And even though the pen and the springs and all those parts are on the outside, eventually they'll end up being on the inside. Don't worry about that later. It looks like it may be on the Z-axis. Let me spin it around so I can see it head on. Look back. Nope, not back. That's what I want. I want the right. Zoom in a little bit. Now I need to get these parts a little bit closer together. I'm guessing it's a Z-axis. Let's give it a shot. We'll try 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch is too much. We'll try maybe 0.2 inches. Okay, I need to go more than that. 0.3, 0.4. So 0.4 is too much, so maybe 0.35. 0.38. See, oops, I got too many decimal places. That's what the problem is. 0.38, 0.39. 0.38, 0.37. Look, is real good. Okay, I think 0.37. We can see a little bit of the threads there, so that's almost perfect. Okay, 0.375, 374. Okay, that looks good. We can't really see any threads there, so I'm going to go with 0.374. And you can play with it yourself, so that way we don't see the threads anymore. Okay, and then we click OK. Okay, and I think my carabiner pen's done. I'm going to click on the house. I'm going to click on zoom. It'll automatically zoom. So my pen is all completed. I've got the top, I've got the barrel, I've got the barrel bottom that has the pen grip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ground the carabiner top. I'm going to right click on carabiner top and I'm going to ground it. I'm going to click outside it. Now, if I click and move this clip back and forth, you'll notice when I made the carabiner top, this clip actually opens and closes. All right, so that's how to make the final pen assembly. Once you're completed, make sure you go ahead and make a drawing in Fusion and make an exploded view. You don't have to explode out the actual pen barrel that you did in the last activity. Just explode out the carabiner top and also explode out the barrel bottom with the pen grip.